Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Comment, and subscribe. Thank you. This is Sellavin. I'm my on Sailor Moon Crystal. Setting up for us. Mokuras, Sailor Pluto right now. This is definitely a very unique surprise. I didn't expect to see Sailor Pluto back, so soon. But what do you expect? I mean, the second we saw her at the end of last week's episode, we know that we were gonna get her back. But truth is, what is her purpose? Why is she on the same mission as Sailor Uranus, as Sailor Neptune are, or the same mission as the other Sailor Guardians? We're about to find out. Anyway, let's get started. Right now we know that she's like the new addition. Like she's like gonna be studying at the medical lab. Basically she's a new student, first year. So basically she's a freshman. However, she's friend with that guy Mokura, who's friends with with Mamo and Usagi. So it's pretty interesting to see how it is. I mean, she's so close to some of their friends, but they have no idea who she truly is. And she says she doesn't have memory, who she is either. She's just here. But we all know you're not just here because you're here. There's a real reason for that. Anyway, let's get started. Starting. Professor Tomo, he's still continuing his experiments. Master Pharaoh 90, he wants the crystal, the legendary silver crystal. He wants its power as fuel for his resurrection, so they can invade the earth and make their new home world. And to do that, they have to defeat the Sailor Guardians, like drain them of their energy, but they're protected by the planets. It's definitely the same thing. Whole new, get the crystals, beat the resurrect their masters, after fight the heroes, blah blah blah. That's all under good and dandy. However, it seems that the professor, as a Torah, is pleased that Master Pharaoh 90 is interested in the Sailor Scouts. I know he wants the crystal, but he seems interested, very, because I think he wants them wants to see them personally, to see how they handle. It's definitely very, very unique. Anyway, let's continue on forward. Then Usagi's still struggling with her feelings, how she's gonna handle, Sailor Pluto and Uranus as allies. Like they're all Sailor Guardians. How they're gonna handle this. And then the others are like, they'll deal with it when they deal with it. But right now, so far they haven't made anything known that they're gonna be there. They're willing to work with them. All they've done is like run away and attack them slightly. So it's definitely not. So right now they're giving them, all they're giving them is questions and no answers. Anyway, we know that the enemy, Madness Coordinator sent out one of her servants named Toron, and she unleashed a plant named the Toron. The Toron, is a plant, and we get to learn that Sailor Jupiter, Mokura, she is a gardener and she likes to use plants. She has her own garden. She's a member of the gardening club at her school. Apparently, she likes plants, and a certain flower that reminds her of her old crush from high school. Remember, before she moved to town, there was a person she had loved more than anyone else. And she tried to tell her feelings, but it didn't work out. He didn't, think of her in that way. So, love, unrequited love, it's definitely hard, especially when you're rejected. She's not really rejected, things just didn't went her way. You know, Seeing how she tries to harvest her plants. However, the plants, they're the main focus of the enemy's attack. Apparently, they have the ability to grow by draining the energy around them. Like it literally killed all the plants around itself. Plants were dying around it, and it even put others to sleep. It uses some kind of strange scent, and I think it contributed to both Jupiter and Venus falling asleep. It's definitely very problematic. It's something you gotta see, for yourself. Um, you know, I mean, the plant has strange effects. However, meanwhile, we get to know that Haruka, the friend that Chibiusa made, we also know that even though she is a student at Mugen Academy, she's pretty much alone, like we thought. Like she's depressed, she doesn't have a lot of friends. even though they know her, they don't really treat. It doesn't seem like she really treat her like a human. Like for example, one classmate stepped on her briefcase. It looked like it was on purpose, just to mess with her. Then she got mad and needed a strange surge of power, or happened. And I mean, it's obviously she's alone and she needs friends. Luckily she has Chibiusa who's willing to you know come to her and make her smile. I know, and it's obviously that she's at the center point of all of this. She's like a key player. But we have no idea what her role is initially. That's probably more further along into the story. And as we get to that, we'll find out else over time. You know. Anyway, the situation for them is like very dire. I want to see how this goes. There's something that's a lot you got to think about. Anyway, Chibiusa, she shows up. She even gives her a gift. We like give it was the gift, the royal chalice that a miracle chalice that Usagi and Mamo made, but she decided to give it to Haruka as a gift. But Haruko doesn't want it. You say it's a gift that your friends made and given to you, not to me. It's obviously that she likes it, but she doesn't want to accept it. There's like a deep pain inside of her, most likely because of the experiments that the professor has done, like what she's going through. She even like loses it again, like what happened with those girls who were bullying her. She loses it again. She even touches Chibiusa's chest and feels the legendary silver crystal inside of her. This is like for a moment, it looks like her inner darkness started to come out, saying, "Why? Why did I want it?" I mean, it's obviously she's a pawn. She doesn't know who or what she is, and that's very sad to think about. You know, that's very sad when you think about it. Very harsh. Anyway, the story continues on. She is definitely in a tough spot. I'm sad. I'm sad to. I'm sad to say. Hey, I do feel bad for her. As and Chibiusa, she does her best. Trying to make friends with her, but the professor, her, her father, her stepfather, her Tomo and Magnus coordinator. They got her eye. They got their eye on her. That means they have plans for her, and it's not good. I bet you. Anyway, we get to see to the end. We get to see the fighting as they all try to work together to stop it. And we get to see Uranus and Pluto and Neptune. They're in this episode, but it's gonna be. They don't want to talk to them. They don't want to be around them. Even though Usaki's trying her best to understand her feelings, for Haruko, but for Haruka, but it's definitely not. It's definitely very hard for her, Usagi dealing with her feelings, especially in the relationship she's going through. Anyway, one of the things I gotta like that in the moment, same time they were dealing with the enemy, we had Setsuna Sailor Pluto. She was suffering through pain as well. Some kind of pain. We had no idea what it was. She was experiencing the same thing. Like her energy was being drained by the plant. Remember, she's a professor. She's a student over there. She's a student and she has the plant, and she's suffering pain. Looks like she was about to lose it. But then again, but at the same time as she's feeling the pain, both Uranus and Neptune feel her presence. Like, are they all three of them connected? We all know that they were others. They all mentioned this before. They were other Sailor Guardians besides the original five. All right, and these were, and that were were helping protect, uh, you know, the Silver Millennium, and the Moon Kingdom, long ago. Oh, and like Sailor Uranus, and like Sailor Pluto, they had a different role in mind. Even though in the end it did end on a good note, and Sailor Pluto did awaken to her true power. However, all right, it wasn't until that moment. It wasn't until that moment. That was like one of the best moments. I know it seemed a little cliche and all, but I really felt that in that moment, like both Uranus and Neptune finally got the meaning of who they truly are, because they had no idea what's going to happen. So I think through Pluto, they will find their true purpose. That's all I gotta say. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Thank you. This is Sellavin asking you on Sailor Moon Crystal. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Thank you. Bye.